Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Rose of Venus Tarot. It's Lacey. Thank you so much for clicking on to my video. Divine Feminines, Dark Feminines, and all my haters that decided to tune in. This is going to be a general collective energy reading, so please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Not every reading is going to resonate with everyone, and that is okay. Let's call on the divine. Divine, please protect me and guide me as I dive into this collective energy. Please give me clear and concise and precise messages. Let me know what's going on in this collective energy. What do we need to know of? What do we need to be aware of here? I feel like there's a lot of people who are talking about you. There's a lot of people who have their names in your mouth. And I feel like people are being reaffirmed of your strength here, especially somebody who thought that they were your bread and butter. It's like this person thought that they were more to you than what they were here. I feel like also people might be trying to block your throat chakra. I feel like a lot of you guys are very emotionally intelligent where you can make sense of people and what they do and say here. Somebody doesn't want you to make sense of what they did and said here. I feel like this mask, there's energy of like, okay, this person thought that, they were bigger than you, better than you here. It's like they thought they were giving you an opportunity and they were like lifting you up. So therefore, like you, and they judged also like the rate at which you were developing here. It's like they poked out their chest too much. This person feels like a complete loser. I also feel like they feel like their throat chakra is blocked. They want to be able to conceptualize things like how you conceptualize things. They want to come forth towards you, but they don't know what to say and how to say it here. They realize that they lack a lot of intelligence. This person feels really heavy here with the low energy here, low energy, self doubt, disbelief, vulnerability, low confidence, insecurity, abuse of power, cowardice. This could have been them trying to do this to you. Somebody didn't want you to step into your full confidence here. They feared your confidence and they tried to stop it while it was growing. There's something that could have happened that made you secure yourself, but they put you on the right path ultimately, because I'm also hearing a good message of you guys getting your forever here, your forever person, your forever job, your forever thing, because this came to a stop here. I feel like whatever you were doing in the past, it truly was draining your energy. It was draining your life force. It was draining your confidence because you were like at competition with people. This could be a relationship, this could be a place, this could be a thing, or a person. And now like you're coming up out of that, because first thing I said was you guys are being reaffirmed of your strength, and so is everybody else here. There's somebody that could have intended to exhaust you, or yeah, exhaustion, defeat, giving up, yielding, lack of self confidence and motivation, and overwhelm here. There's somebody who wanted to affect your self confidence, definitely. So they could have did so by trying to confuse you, because that's the biggest thing to affect a person's confidence, is make them confused on, I feel like, where they want to go in life or where they stand with you. This person wanted to confuse you and make you unsure. So that's losing your confidence. You're unsure. Like, why is this person doing this? You question that. All right, how long? But it's like they didn't confuse you because you just figured out, like, this is a dickhead and I don't want to play with this person. And you went on and you moved on here. You moved on, and then you gained like such a strong confidence that it embarrasses them. It's almost like putting them heavy, and they're feeling what they didn't want you. They're feeling what they wanted you to feel. which was a lack of confidence, a lack of energy here, feeling depressed. They thought that they were going to steal your energy, your confidence, and they were going to go on. This person feels like they're unnoticed, untalked about here, but they see that you got a spotlight and they were going to take it like the dark way here, like by starting drama with you. They were like, it's like, oh my goodness, I don't know how to explain this energy, but they also did feel entitled here. But I feel like you guys are moving on to like better grounds. I'm gonna just go with the karmic energy because me trying to balance the dark with the light, I'm like, let's let this karmic energy speak here. Divine, please tell me more because it's like hurting them when I try to bring up your good nature. It's like they don't want to hear it. It's like a la 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 la, no, blah blah blah. It's like, because some of these people really told themselves that you weren't going to be ish without them. Like, and they also talked about your work ethic here. I'm thinking about like they tried to sabotage you and then talk about your work ethic here. It's like some people wanted you to also appreciate them for little things that they did. And then it's like they lost a sense of entitlement to you now that you have gone and grown better without them. And you're in a completely different, like, you're in a whole different like universe. You're in a whole different thought plane and you guys have expanded here. This is like going from like, I don't know, sports to like spirituality, and you guys are yoga instructors, and you're not just yoga instructors, you're like yoga instructors in Dubai or something, like, you're somewhere exotic doing something exotic, or you're with more exotic people. Divine, please tell me more. I'm also hearing that Doja Cat song that I don't gotta be cool like you. Stumbling around in your high heel shoes, I'm clumsy. Made friends with the floor. What she said, I forgot the rest of the song, but that's the point here. I'm not trying to be cool like you. Stumbling around in your high heel shoes, I'm clumsy. Made friends with the floor. And then I'm like, yo, you have an unbreakable strength here. This is why people are being reaffirmed of your strength, because you're not afraid to admit your mistakes. You're like, hey, I made friends with the floor. There's some people who are like, well, I didn't fall. And then people are like, well, your life isn't that interesting. Good job for not falling. We don't want to hear a success story. I think people want to hear how to climb back up. Well, we want to hear a success story, but it's like, in that context, that demand for perfectionism, where some people had no right to demand you to be perfect because they are imperfect themselves and they were just lying. It's like, and then, who are they to try to cut off your story here? There's some people who wanted to. There's a lot of people who want to cuff you. I keep imagining the cuff on my wrist and whatnot. And there's some people who are just straight up envious of you. It's like you found a way out. It's like also like bondage releasing, and then like a nice cuff coming on. Like somebody, like they're reassuring that they're going to cuff you because you are this new expanded version of you here. I feel like whatever you walked away from, you were so determined not to go back that you spread your wings, you expanded, you changed everything about yourself. You coded yourself, mind, body, and soul. And it's like, somebody's like, yo, you guys got like a love energy coming through too. That's that positive energy. That's like run to daddy, and you're running like at the end of the tunnel. This might not even be a lover. This might be like God. It's like this is like your inner child running into the hands of God. And like you probably had moments where you broke down and you had nobody else but God. And you were like, God, please. I'm here. And he came and he heard those times, and he honored the times where you asked him to pick you up off the floor and to fix him, because the rebellious card, rebellion, personal beliefs, free thinker, new approaches, subversion here. Yeah, you guys made God to pick you up off to fix your brain. Because I'm hearing that Lauren Hill poem too. What is it? Motives and thoughts. Check your motives and thoughts. He said, God is the savior. God is the savior, studies behavior, trying to fix the mixed mind that he gave you. Like, so she said that God is the savior. He studies. My bad, I had to drink some water. My mouth was dry as hell. God is the savior, studies behavior, trying to fix the mixed mind that he gave you. You know, he was like, she was like, primitive man in a civilized knowledge system will collapse and he still won't acknowledge. This is what's going on here. Some system you have been removed from is about to collapse. And but it never really took off. These people, you were sent to bring an awakening to them. You were a light in a dark place here, showing them the way out. And but it's like they can't acknowledge it. They couldn't interpret you here. They were too, maybe they were too blinded by your beauty, your light, your essence, or not just your beauty, your sense of innocence here. Like you're, you know, it's like not even blinded by it. They were too tempted by it. So God sent you in as like an innocent appearing person to test their hearts to see if they could be brought to the other side, and they can't be brought to the other side. So this is a rude awakening for this guy here who felt like, or these people who felt like they were your bread and butter or that they could be here, or for people who felt like they could have helped you but they didn't, to see you accumulate everything on your own as like they wish that they would have helped you just so that they could say that they helped you here. But a lot of people just wanted to dump salt in your wounds. But it's like I'm hearing like it don't matter because you get money, you get clout, and you get it in a different way. And maybe some of you guys get it in a more honorable way. And that just is what it is. Divine, please tell me more. It feels like you guys, and that's coming into where your forever comes in. Whatever way you're getting it now, living life or even finding love here, you're like, I can live in this place forever. Or you're going to the place where you're like, I could live in this house forever. Like I could do this job forever. I can be with this person forever. Even if this is your own child, you're re-realizing love maybe after moments of frustration, and you're actually looking at your child like, yo, I can actually be with this person forever, the rest of my life. Even when they had kids, I'm gonna be having my grandbabies come over. Like, oh my goodness, like this is like an infinity. You guys might be seeing an infinity through your child. And what was I saying? Divine, please tell me more. Divine, please tell me more. Rapid change, gaining momentum, fruits of your labor, movement, quick action, air travel, excitement. There's just a lot of people who see movement in your life where first they thought you had stagnancy, but what you were was in maybe waters and areas that you didn't belong in. You belonged in greater lakes here. You belonged in bigger oceans, and these got these people realizing that they were just like pond fish. A lot of you guys were like mermaids by a pond. You're like you could have been lost at land for a while now, so you were happy to see people who were at least other fish, and then you're like, okay, yeah, fish. But those were like pond water fish, or they could have been swamp. Yo, you could have been a mermaid and you wandered in a swamp, but you're like, at least this is water, this is fish. I've been on land so long, and I'm so happy to see uh, people like Gel from like Kim Possible. Remember that swamp guy? Yo, remember Gel? I forgot. Hold on for a second. Yeah, and he kept correcting people. He was like, "It's not Gel, it's Gil," because he had gills on. Like, oh my God, it was like some swamp guy here. And now you're getting out of the swamp. It's like, and then you guys went to like a whole time there was a whole beach there, and you belong on the beach with like other mermaids and mermans and King Neptune. You're back with because in Daddy's arms, and then, but it was all the underworld here. That's another thing to note. This was where you died at. It was the underworld. Like even Neptune, I'm seeing those blue creatures. Those blue creatures, Shiva, and because there's Shiva and all of the Oh my goodness. I forgot City of Atlantis, and then I got the deck too by what's her name, the Lily deck. Either way, the Under the Sea, that's also considered the underworld here. So you guys took a dive through the underworld, which was the darkest depths of your emotions, and now you're back to the lighter depths of your emotions. I'm seeing light blue here. I'm seeing also as above, so below. It's like you're noting like the sky and the stars. You guys are seeing the skies and the stars like at one. Like I don't know how to explain it, but we got the lovers cards coming out here. You're finding love, partnership, harmony, unity, values, soulmates, choices, attraction, made for each other. You're finding what's made for you. And you're like, this is what's made for me. And this is what's hurting them because they don't have any control over you because you're like, none of that even matters. Like what happened in the swamp does not matter. There's some people who almost want to hold you like you were in the swamp, weren't you? But they're not even allowed on the beaches that you're entering in. They can't afford to go there. And then not only that, they didn't solidify anything in your life. So that's where that loss of entitlement comes from. They're like, I have no right to talk to her when she's on the beach because I didn't talk to her when we were in the swamp, or we didn't have good thing going, or we didn't know each other. Or it's like, they're like, who am I to think? Like, that I had some sort of entitlement over which way this person's life should go. This is why a bunch of people are thinking this. You guys could have dealt with very controlling people who very much wanted to overstep your boundaries here. And like, yo, oh my God, like almost like I'm hearing you guys were outnumbered. It's like they wanted to use the fact that it was just you against you here, create some sort of ostracized control method, but they were not able to do it. You guys, yeah, see, getting over a broken heart. A lot of you guys are optimistic. You got here. And also, I'm hearing they can't hold your past against you because you're like, yeah, I was in the swamp here. But there's some people who, like, I don't know, they can't hold anything against you. Anything you went through, anything you had to rise from, whether you claim that as your story here. It's like nobody can make you feel anything. There's just they feel that now. They're like they feel that now. We got optimism, forgiveness, recovery, healing, releasing pain, and acceptance here. Somebody wanted to, I don't know, like you're releasing any heartbreak or pain that you felt over anybody here. Divine, please tell me more. Divine, please tell me more. Divine, please tell me more. Canceled celebration, problem within family, imbalance, lack of roots, insecurity, lack of faith here. You don't understand how deeply somebody lied on you, and that they feel really bad about this. It's like because they could have told like just the dark and the nastiest lies on you. Well, maybe they were like that's why they became dark and nasty. At first, it started out innocently of them just trying to steal a little attention away from you. They're like, oh, you were, that girl, right? You saw the mermaid girl, right? Come by, like, and they're like, yeah, her, yeah. And then, it's like people were so envious. They were looking for a hit, like, a flaw. Tell me a flaw about them, like, or something. This is like intuitively. So, like, to hold on to the attention of others, it's like they started eating away at your image, your public image here. But as they ate away at your image, they really ate away at your net and your limitation. A lot of you guys refuse to stay where people aren't treating you right. So you moved on. Divine, please tell me more. We got, yeah, new opportunities, the beginning of a conflict, clarity, sound decision making, justice, and a breakthrough. A lot of you guys are receiving your justice in life. This is your justice. You get to move on. You get to have something that nobody can screw up for you. You get to have something and be loved and be comfortable forever now. You're going to have very few difficulties. But that's it, you guys. I hope you have a good day, night, evening, whenever you're catching this reading. Goodbye.